Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Encinitas. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, August 27th. You'll be interested to know, 165 years ago, today in 1859, Edwin Laurentine Drake struck oil while drilling in Titusville, Pennsylvania, becoming the first driller of a productive oil well in the United States. This groundbreaking achievement marked the beginning of the modern petroleum industry, revolutionizing energy production and contributing significantly to industrial progress. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Expect knee-to-thigh-high swell throughout the week. On Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, conditions will be glassy with light offshore winds, becoming semi-choppy in the afternoons with stronger onshore winds. Thursday and Friday mornings will be glassy with variable winds, turning semi-choppy in the afternoons. Tuesday in Encinitas and North County. It's looking glassy in the morning until 10 at 2 feet. Then it gets a little choppy midday, but should ease up for a fair sunset session. Best time to ride is at 7 a.m. with the 3.5-foot high tide when the North-Swell is 1.5 feet at 14 seconds and the variable wind is 0 mile per hour. The first high tide Tuesday will be 3.5 foot at 7 a.m. with a 3-foot low tide at 10. The nearshore buoy at Beacons reads 74 degrees for the water temperature. This morning it's foggy and feels like 61 degrees with no wind. The sunset will take place at 7:18 and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:21. It looks like we're in for some patchy fog early on today, clearing up by late morning with mostly sunny skies and temperatures near 71 with a gentle breeze. Tonight, expect patchy fog after 11, mostly cloudy skies, with a low of 65. Looking ahead in the weather. Expect patchy fog each morning through Saturday, gradually clearing by mid-morning. Days will be mostly sunny with highs around 70. Nights will be partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, with lows in the mid-60s and fog returning late. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, Kroger and Albertsons are heading to court to defend their planned merger and the sale of 63 stores in California. This proposed merger, announced in October 2022, would be the largest supermarket merger in United States history. The companies argue that merging will help reduce costs and compete with Walmart and Costco. However, the Federal Trade Commission is challenging the merger, citing concerns over reduced competition and higher grocery prices. The case involves multiple states and will be heard by U.S. District Judge Adrienne Nelson in Oregon. Together, Kroger and Albertsons employ around 710,000 people. Now on to sports. The NFL Players Association has vetoed a bylaw that would have allowed teams to elevate a bona fide quarterback from the practice squad an unlimited number of times to serve as an emergency third quarterback on game days. This means the game day emergency third quarterback will function the same as it did in 2023. The rule proposed by the Buffalo Bills aimed to prevent non-quarterbacks from stepping in during games, as seen in the 2022 NFC Championship game. The NFL Players Association opposed the change, fearing it would allow teams to stash a 54th player on the practice squad. In local sports, the Padres on the road beat the Cardinals 7-4. And tonight, they're back at it for Game 2 in St. Louis. In top news, as Dr. Anthony Fauci recovers from West Nile virus, questions are rising about the illness, including its contraction, symptoms, and prevention. Fauci, former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, told CBS News that he expects to fully recover at home after being hospitalized for days. The West Nile virus, primarily spread by mosquitoes, causes flu-like symptoms such as nausea, aches, vomiting, fever, and chills. Less than 1 in 150 infections lead to serious complications, affecting the central nervous system. Protect yourself by wearing appropriate clothing, using insect repellent, and eliminating standing water. In business news, Canada is imposing significant tariffs on Chinese-made electric vehicles and steel and aluminum products to protect its growing domestic electric vehicle industry. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced a 100% tariff on Chinese-made electric vehicles and a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum products from China, effective in early October. The move follows discussions with President Joe Biden's national security advisor and aims to counter China's unfair trade practices. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland emphasized that the tariffs would not hinder Canada's mandate for zero-emission vehicles by 2035. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is just under $63,200. Ethereum is just under $2,700. And Solana is $158. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. The scientists are on the cusp of unleashing the power of the world's largest battery. A new facility off the Oregon coast could ignite an energy revolution. The U.S. Energy Information Administration reports that theoretical annual energy from U.S. coastal waves is 2 trillion kilowatt-hours. Wave energy could account for up to 20% of the U.S. renewable energy mix. Companies like Sea-Power are developing devices to harness this power. Pac-Wave in Newport, Oregon, will be the first wave energy testing facility in the continental U.S., aiming to revolutionize ocean energy. And in entertainment news, Glen Powell is set to star in a new Hulu series, Chad Powers. Powell's role in this series is a form of redemption after being rejected twice from the cult favorite drama, Friday Night Lights. In Chad Powers, Powell plays Russ Holliday, a college quarterback who disguises himself to play for a struggling Southern football team. Powell also serves as an executive producer and co-writer for the series. His football skills, showcased in Top Gun, will be highlighted again. The series is based on Eli Manning's docuseries, Eli's Places. Well, alrighty, folks. It's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American investor and philanthropist, Warren Buffett. And he said, "In the 20th century, the United States endured 2 world wars and other traumatic and expensive military conflicts. The Depression, a dozen or so recessions and financial panics, oil shocks, a flu epidemic, and the resignation of a disgraced president. Yet, the Dow rose from 66 to nearly 1,200. And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Encinitas.